So there you are. In 2020, during the pandemic, everything is shut down. You can't go out. You can't go to school. College is online. And you have such a prime opportunity to make some serious progress in life. No one's talking to you. No one's interacting with you. You're all alone. And you have the opportunity to make so much progress on yourself in your business, in your fitness life, in general. You have such a prime opportunity to improve yourself. And you decide, you know what? I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to absolutely waste my time in the pandemic. And you do exactly that, because let me tell you, that was me in the pandemic. I was building my book business a bit, but I wasn't building up fitness. I got lazy. I got complacent, wasting my precious, valuable time. And I want to make sure that you avoid that same fate that I did. Now, this doesn't have to apply to pandemics, but this is extremely important, because if you waste your time, you're wasting your life. You only get one. You don't want to waste it. Don't make the same mistakes that I did. Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Aquino, and I teach the next generation. So I wanted to make this one because when I look back on 2020, 2021, and early 22, it was a bit of a waste and a wash. I wasted my early 20s like they were nothing to me. I just threw them out. It didn't mean shit to me. So I want to give you some advice in terms of what not to do. And a lot of these won't be the same that I've mentioned before, in terms of don't play, don't do this, don't do that, don't watch this. I'm going to try and give some more interesting points that you can do to not waste your time, so you're not wasting your life. This falls a bit into time management, a bit into productivity, procrastination. It's all in a nice little thing. And if you wanted to learn more about calendars and how to fix that, there's a link in the description for my calendar optimization service, where I'm gonna just help you make a calendar. You can stick to it and we can work on it. My goal is to make sure that your calendar suits your needs. So without further ado, let's get right into it with the first easiest thing that you can do. Is if you currently play video games, I'm sorry to say, but as a retired gamer, genuinely, I haven't played. So this is currently being recorded in June, and I have not played a video game seriously since February, maybe even late January. I just have not played a serious game. And I would think, after playing it since like 6th grade, that I would miss it. My body would be like, no, I gotta go back. So I uninstalled everything on my Steam. I don't touch my Xbox anymore. I would try to delete everything. All my games are gone. And I just want to see, could I do it? Yeah, it was actually really easy. It was getting to a point in my mind mentally where, what would I rather do? Spend 4 hours playing a game that does not benefit me in any way, shape, or form except getting XP. It's something that doesn't translate to life, or spend those 4 hours working out, socializing, talking with women, literally doing anything else in real life and getting better at it. I think the answer was pretty obvious to me, so I just quit. And I have been doing a lot better in terms of all the things I just mentioned. You know, like I've this YouTube channel, I really started hunkering down with it after a while. And I've been seeing some great progress, and I'm happy with that. And I would not have had that if I had stayed doing video games the whole time. I'm speaking to you like an older brother. Enjoy your life. Your video games, they won't help you. They won't. There's a 0.01% of you currently watching that can. And I'll tell you who you are. You're a successful streamer. Those are the only people who have the right to play video games, because they've made it. Honestly, unless you want to go full time streaming, you really shouldn't be playing video games and should put your time into other things. That's my opinion. If you disagree with me, great. But in the end, if you're playing 24/7 video games, that ain't good for you, dog. So personally, just cut them out. If you have to start cutting them out slowly, that also works. Just make sure you start cutting down that time, because dude, that is so much time to get even a decent game. So Think about that. Invest your time somewhere else that's not video games, and you'll see a lot more results than you think. I have been playing for like 4 months. I've gotten to a point where I can comfortably talk to anyone. I couldn't do that 4 months ago because I was still a nervous wreck. But next thing I want to mention is unintentional social media use. So when I mean unintentional, I don't mean business sense. I don't mean you are intentionally going onto it to network with people, to catch up with old friends, to post some content that will benefit your personal brand and such. Stuff like that. That does not count. You are using social media for a reason. So therefore, great job. Keep up the good work. I'm specifically talking about everyone else, including me sometimes, where you go on and you're gonna do some business work, but then you see some old pictures. You see some Instagram reels. You are talking with people that you really shouldn't be talking to because they're not being productive. And it's a productive use of your time. And you end up spending like half an hour, 2 hours on these social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of them. You're on them for so long and you don't notice. So I would personally, if I were, because I have an Instagram at this point now, but I have it as an intentional social media use now instead of the unintentional I used to, because if I were you, I just wouldn't have it on my phone. It makes it too damn easy to access. If you are going to have it on your phone, I would put a blocker of some sort where it like forces you to like wait to open it. So it breaks that little barrier of like just instant habit. And if you're a real big baller and you don't care about your personal brand and all that, just delete them. You honestly don't need them. I didn't have them for 2 years. And then recently I didn't have it for 3 months. I can tell you nothing really changed when I had social media and when I didn't. Losing it, you don't lose a lot because the people who you talk to anyway, they have your number, and everyone else doesn't really care about you. I'm just telling you the truth, man. They didn't care that I came back. No one did. Who cares? That's what I would do with social media. Just try and be more conscious about it. And if you're using it intentionally, keep doing that. You're doing great. Now, the next thing is keeping up with the news. Now we're getting to some different stuff. So keeping up with the news. Have no clue what has been going on in the world since I want to say 2021, because I was keeping up with the pandemic, and then like once the restrictions were gone, I think that's when I stopped caring about it. So about 2021, I stopped looking at all news in terms of world news. I would think that, okay, I'm not keeping up with the news, so I'm not gonna have any idea what's going on. And it was the complete opposite. And that was very surprising. You would think that if you're not keeping up with newspapers, news articles, TV, stuff on your phone that tells you the news, if you don't keep up with it, that you'd be out of the loop. It's kind of to an extent true, because I don't know everything. Oh no, not the Hollywood. Oh no, what the fuck? Who cares? Anyway, so I thought I would be out of the loop on that. And surprisingly, I'm not, because my parents are bringing up, when I used to work at my instructing job, they would bring it up. And sometimes you'll just hear random news in public where people would just be loudly talking about it amongst themselves, and you just happen to walk by and you hear it. I haven't really cared about any news, and yet I still know about what's going on somewhat. Not 100%, but I know somewhat what's going on. So honestly, if you cut out the news, I mean, you're not missing out a lot, honestly. Unless it's your job, but otherwise, like, I would just cut it. There's not real benefit to knowing everything if you're still in the process of building a business and such. Like, I'm in the process of trying to build YouTube. Why would I need to know about the news on other topics that don't mean anything to me? I'll focus on YouTube. I'll focus on YouTube news. I'll focus on stuff like that. That's the stuff I care about right now. I don't care about what's going on. This is what I care about right now. This is my purpose. The news, that doesn't help me whatsoever with my purpose. Don't need that anymore. So this is my purpose right now. This is what I'm focused on. So that's something to keep in mind and just consider. Just cut the news out. If you're worried that you might not miss it, people will bring it up to you still, even though you'll go, oh, wow, really? And you'll be thinking, what the hell is he talking about? What the hell are they talking about? That's exactly what will happen, because that's what happens to me all the time. And it's pretty funny to think about. This next one, wasting spare time. So this actually happened to me a couple days ago. So I went on a date last week and I was a bit early in the sense of I got there maybe 5-10 minutes before, she was ready. And I could have just stayed in the car. I could have just sat down and waited. But instead, I actually walked around the block. And I might be thinking, well, how does this relate to spare time? Well, I got to explore DC a bit more. I as someone who's lived in Virginia for a long time, I don't know that fucking thing about DC. I know it's a big city, but I actually went. It's a big city, like big city. And I just took the chance that I had. I got there early. I was like, well, shit, I'm just gonna walk around the block. I'm not gonna get another chance like this in a while. Now, what would this mean more for you? Wasting spare time. So let's say you have 17 minutes before you have to go out to your next, to your day, or you got something going on in 17 minutes and thinking, oh, damn, what do I do? And you look at all the tasks you have to do and like, oh, damn, what do I do? And you do nothing. That would be wasting your spare time. You are so excited and jittery about the thing that's upcoming that you don't do any work in the meantime. I can tell you right now, the easiest thing that you can do to fill up your time, if you have like that much time, is just read. If you can't, let's say, record a video, make a script, outline something, something for your business. In that small time you have, just read. You could probably get through a chapter, and that chapter might have a gem that you'll use for your event. Who knows? Maybe. Just don't waste the spare time that you have, because if you do that enough, it'll add up to days of wasted spare time. So try to maximize every day that you can. And the last one, the big one, the one that I still struggle with. Now maybe thinking, Jonathan, YouTube, but I'm watching a YouTube video right now. Hear me out. It's one thing to watch my videos. It's one thing to watch other personal development videos. It's another to take what the videos say and actually do them. How many times have I said now, plan tomorrow today? How many times have I said, update your calendar? And have you done that? If you cannot answer me with a straight yes, you're doing it wrong. What you should be doing, if you're going to watch these type of videos, you need to take what we say in them and take action. Instead of, wow, I'm so inspired, I'm going to watch another one. Do what we said and then watch the next one if you feel like you still need to. I'm going to keep banging that drum of make a calendar, update your calendar, make sure your calendar is organized. You need to do this. I'm going to keep saying it and you're going to keep ignoring me. And that's not going to work for you. Simple. It just won't. So if you're watching videos of personal development, you have to take action on them. You can't just go willy-nilly into the next one. Take action. And if you're not, just don't watch. Because if you're not taking action in the first place, all you're doing is wasting your time in the first place. Sure, I get views, but what does it matter if you're not doing anything? Take action. So I'm going to repeat the 5 one more time so you hear them again. So it's video games. Stop playing those. Unintentional social media use. Either find ways to make it intentional or find ways to limit or delete. Then there's keeping up with the news. You don't need to anymore. Have other people do it for you. Then there's wasting spare time. Try and find ways to maximize every day. And if you can't think of anything, just read. And then YouTube videos. If you're going to watch these personal development YouTube videos, you better be taking action. Because if you're not, that's not great. So your action step for today is to take one of these 5 and implement them, or think about how you're going to implement them, or plan how you're going to implement them. All right. You need to plan. You need to understand time management. If you want to better understand time management, there's a one-on-one coaching sales call down below where you and I can work together, where I'm going to help you better to manage your time, because it's so important nowadays. And I want to do everything in my power to make sure you are not wasting your time. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.